Alright, I'm starting the stream now.
You a bitch ass nigga.
Oh. Oh, that wasn't a joke.
I think that should work. Hold up.
I'm finna DDoS that shit. Hold on.
Erona.
Yeah, we up.
Oh.
Hold on, let me post this.
Erona.
Both the Erona.
Both the Erona. Wait, that's Aaron if he was a girl.
Freaking bird.
Bird out.
That's literally your edit. Like, wait.
You should have put a wig on one of the birds.
Yes, you should have. You should have put a wig on the birds. Like,
Willis told them that.
what? The blue bird has a red wig and the red bird has a blue wig.
What? You remember the Hulk bird? The Hulk
bird? Like, ew, bro.
Wait, remember that freaking Muslim
Yeah.
bird? I guess. That thing is so
Oh my god.
I'm finna tweak.
I'm almost good. I'm just posting this on the story, and then we're good.
Something's up with me.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, what's
You
going on?
okay, sis?
Let me delete that.
You okay, sis? Be calm.
It's giving the
Go. Go down. Go.
Alright.
Go.
We're good.
Okay.
Alright, we got.
What is that?
Oh no, we're not. Where's?
Oh.
Oh no, yeah, we are. Seb, you're here, right? Yeah, you're here.
No, here we go. Here we go.
What are you talking about? Solus.
Okay.
You winning this?
Okay, so since this is semis, that means we're also determining third place, which is important just because third place gets a little bit of prize money. So after we judge both of the like actual rounds, we'll consider like the losers of each rounds against each other. Again for third place. Anyways, so we have Miru, or we have Pack versus Goofy and Miru versus Cryptic. You guys have any preference of what we see first? I don't really give a fuck.
I don't care.
Alright.
Damn, dude.
No
enthusiasm.
Yeah. Alright, let's do Goofy Pack. Let me stream. Hold up.
Aren't you excited, Dre?
This shit took too much for one round. This shit better be the fucking best thing I've seen in my life.
Alright, I need to send this to Jake also. 1 second.
Where did Ayo and Miru go?
He's watching it on his TV.
Jake, where the fuck are you? Jake, where the fuck are you in this VC?
Yo.
Oh my god.
You better FaceTime that nigga and call that nigga like y'all did me.
Damn, bro, he's so. Wait, what the fuck?
Damn, you want him to scarf that Denny's down and run home?
I'm finna tweak.
Like,
bro,
oh my god, I'm almost home.
Bro, I need you in here for it. Okay. It's gonna be like 20 minutes. 20 minutes? Yeah, bro.
Why can't you just send me the edits and I'll be like, this one's cooler and fancier?
Because
You're
please.
surrounded by the lights.
Because please.
Action. Hollywood.
Girl.
Sorry.
That's crazy. Negative. I'll share you with
It's
some
one of those
friends so we can
nights.
get
Please
back
try
up.
not to lose it.
Nigga, I've been lost it.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, yes, a yellow light. Yes. Okay.
All right, he's joining. He'll be here in a second, and then we can start.
Turn around and die. That nigga's lame as fuck. Word to my dead. Fuck.
All right.
Back the burger first. I might not eat it.
Oh, the string.
Yeah, sorry. Stream's back. Stream's back.
Boy,
Oh my food.
All right.
Like ever.
Have a
I
spoon.
would hope so.
Are all
Hello.
the judges looking at this?
Anything else?
Touch my dick too.
Oh shit! I'm not.
Let me know. Let me know when all the judges are looking at this.
I'm looking.
I see it. I see it.
7, Jake.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Nigga, I'm looking.
All right, let's go.
Sorry.
It's not showing. It's not showing on the stream. It's just starting soon.
I got you. I fixed it.
That was nice.
That was nice. I like that.
It was nice.
It's Pack versus Goofy, right?
Well, yeah.
All right. So that was Goofy. This is Pack. Wait, sorry. Let me make sure quality's good.
Drop all the baggage, come running to me, and come
cool. Let's watch them both one more time. All right, cool. One more time, Pack, and then we can talk about it.
Drop all the baggage, come running to me and come
All right.
This is why we need a report.
Are we voting?
No, they don't. They don't think weed is a problem.
God.
Genuinely.
Are we voting?
I mean, yeah, we're talking about it now.
100%. Okay, someone go first, so I have a reference.
What's up?
What? Can you?
I know who
Say
I'm
what you
voting
think?
for, but
Me too.
like maybe I don't know.
Oh.
Feeling indecisive today.
Okay. Well.
They're both very good
They
at it's
are.
very, very. This is the hardest part where you reach a level in editing is not even about like what's objectively good because both edits are objectively good. This is
Yeah,
all
they
about
are.
subjective skill and style choices. One thing I will say about Goofy, the compositing, for example, when you had the lights behind him, there should have been a shadow wrap kind of
Yeah, I actually
wrapping around
noticed
her
that
in
as
the
well.
center. Yeah, it's not bad. Like, of course, it's like, it fits with the colors, the orange and the greens and the purples you're going for. I think it fits
I really
perfectly with the
like the
song.
colors.
I
The
like the colors.
noise.
I think if the noise, yeah, it doesn't take away from the scene.
Yeah,
It doesn't really
I
add to it
honestly,
either.
I think
Go
I
ahead.
don't really think it's like necessary, like the noise. Like I think it was a
Yeah.
bit like you were looking for something else to put on there, and I'm not saying like that's how it was, but it seemed like that's like something that you didn't know what else to do, so you just thought like defaulted to putting noise on it,
I agree.
which is okay.
I don't think it
agree.
detracted at all or anything like that, but
I just
Yeah.
think it was kind of I wouldn't say random. I think it fits on some scenes more than others. I don't think you should have had it on like
most
a
of the
couple
other
things. I think the compositing could be better on.
Yeah,
more
me
than
too.
what
I agree
Gray
with that.
said, but I really like that. I really like that you kept it consistent for most of the edit. Towards the end, I can
Which is very hard to do.
Like see it start to fall apart a bit.
Flip.
Not
we're
in like
about-
a okay. That's an exaggeration, but you can like kind of see towards the end that like you start to put less and less effort into the scenes, which, considering it's 2 minutes long, the fact that you kept it going for so long is already impressive, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's really good.
I really
Excellent
like
tracking, by the way.
Yeah, I really
That
like
tracking is impressive.
just like go to the beginning, the parts with the.
There you go. Yeah.
It's like right there, that
This part.
posterized type of thing. I don't really. I feel like no, before that, like with the rays.
Oh.
And it looks like kind of like it has posterized on it. I just don't.
Yeah, it's the color banding from
Personally-
compositing.
Yeah, I don't know. It just looks a little off, I think, and like the way that her hands have like this orange glow to it. I mean,
Yeah.
I could see what you wanted to do.
I don't think I
Not
really
bad.
have a problem with this scene, frankly. Everything's glowing already so much that like the hands being slightly off doesn't really.
I feel
Even
that
when
makes
it's
it more
like,
noticeable.
yeah, that makes it more noticeable. When you have rays that bright emitting in, for example, the hands are also an emitter, rays will still go through. They would have still been slight rays going through her fingers
Oh,
or around
actually, I
the
see
fingers.
that.
exactly.
Actually, yeah, I do see that.
So that glow just kind of it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
At all. It could have been like a slight like inner glow, like if you like didn't make the whole thing bright and you make like certain aspects inside the hands bright for detailing. That would have been
Also,
cool.
Don't think the idea is so like what's the word?
Apparent or
I think it's a bit like if I looked at that scene and I was thinking about what to do with it, I think this would have been one of those like default thoughts. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Sure.
I think it has a level of like I don't want to say generic because I think it's executed pretty well, but
Yeah, like you can really see.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You could definitely have done something more meaningful than just adding rays.
Yeah, raises are pretty default. I mean, like, yeah, default almost.
Yeah. Still pretty
That being
good
said,
though.
yeah, I was about to say. That
Excellent
being
work.
said, it doesn't like look bad.
But I think the colors are great. I really, really, really like the colors and the blur.
Agreed.
I think
too.
this part looks strange. I
Yeah.
think it's the blurs on that part before this.
This part.
Yeah, like when it begins.
Yeah, I'm going back to it now.
the blur is like super odd. It kind of makes the compositing
Look
like
nasty,
It
very
looks like
apparent.
it looks like
Like it
it's
makes it look really.
like
foggy.
underwater or something.
It
Yeah.
makes her look really 2D, and the space is very 3D like
3D,
almost.
yes.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
the blur
True.
just makes it super obvious because obviously it is 2D, so it's gonna the way it blurs is really flat.
Yeah.
And once again, it's more of the fact that shadows and lights. Once again, the
Yeah.
shadows, like the lights are from behind her. Shadows should kind of be darker around her hair and her clothes, and it should kind of be like popping through the hair, kind of
Which
at
they
the
kind of
edge.
are here, but then they completely go away after that. That might just be the coloring as well.
I still really
Yeah.
like the colors on this part.
Yeah, me too.
I think the colors throughout are pretty good.
I think this is one of the scenes where noise is pretty cool. I don't think it takes away from it. This next part after is very nice. I
Wait,
think.
Seb.
Yeah.
I love that.
I'm not you. I think you know what question I'm about to ask, but
I do.
What?
okay. How like what colors though? Like, are you
Contacts.
seeing? Oh,
Wait, what?
oh, that's cool.
Don't worry about it.
That would have been cool if you told me like pink.
No, I still. That's not how it works. But,
I'm so
okay.
stupid. I'm sorry.
Moving on. I really like this part. I think the compositing on this part is better than the scene before.
Agreed.
Agreed.
I
It
Also.
really
uses more
like
shadow.
how like I really like how behind like the lights are like I don't know if it's like reflecting, but I like how like the mask reacts to what's behind her. I really like it.
I think that the grain looks really good here as well. It makes the light look very interesting behind her.
Yeah. I kind of disagree, but I think it looks fine.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think it looks fine too.
And I also like how the eyes are flashing and like it's like an emphasis on the colors again. And I like how
I didn't even
those
know that.
colors,
That's
You didn't
cool.
you didn't notice that?
I like
Yeah.
how those colors
Yeah.
are I think
same
the
as the
glow that you
background.
use to make it flash are very well yeah, they're the same as anyway. I think the glow that you used is like it doesn't put like okay. I know that the flashing puts emphasis on the colors because the background is the same colors as her eyes, but the flash itself actually ends up like taking away from the emphasis on the colors because it's making it more like
muted
like
almost.
white, like less saturated.
It's true.
Yeah, but if you go into the next scene, the eyes are just completely like desaturated.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
they
so I
just
think
turn gray.
initially like when it's flashing in the beginning, that's when it should be a little more saturated because of the colors behind it, and then the like towards the end the flashes start getting more and more desaturated to go with the next scene. I think that would have been it's like a small thing, but I think it would have made a lot of a difference.
I'll still say, yeah, I agree with Sep all the way.
Yeah.
Excellent work.
You should activate Windows, by the way. It's free.
I know, everyone keeps telling me to. I got to.
Oh,
I think that part I think it's the shadow on the flowers. It looks like she's
yeah.
walking on like a I mean, I guess it would be really hard to do because you would have to mask out the flowers and add a shadow on each individual one.
This?
I don't know if you were going for it to look like she's walking on a PNG,
I doubt it.
but no, because I can see how that idea would work. I think that's an interesting idea, but I don't think that's what you were going for, but that's how it looks. Because the shadow, the way like the flowers, like the shadow reacts to her walking forward
Yeah.
is really odd, like really unnatural.
Yeah, it just looks like it's unblurring. I don't know. So this transition to the next scene is like I don't know if it's supposed to like go blurred in to out kind of thing. It just doesn't look.
I
that
also
good to me.
noticed that the flare. Could you play it a couple times? The flare
Which part we were the flare where?
doesn't move like the optical
Yeah,
flare.
at all with the camera
It
as
doesn't
they're going
move, and the
forward.
camera moves,
Yeah.
and that really throws me off.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Because now I can't unsee it.
It should have had like a slight zoom kind of
I
going in
think you
with the
could have
camera.
just used optical flares instead of an
Yeah,
overlay.
and you could have just changed the position.
There's a flare that looks exactly like that in the presets.
Or if you're a nerd, you can just use the fucking real lens from Universe.
I think those are my thoughts on that scene. I like the blur on the flowers though. I really like this part, the stairs.
I
Yeah,
love
the
the
stairs part is my
echoes.
favorite.
It's really nice.
It's super. I really like. It's not like I just think it was executed really well. I know I would have had a hard time doing that. I really like how they're desaturated and the background isn't, and their after images isn't either. I like the shadows too. I think this would have been a great place to have more emphasis on the rays hitting the floor.
Yeah.
But how it is perfectly fine. I don't think you had to do more than that. I really like that.
I almost wish that the grain, like I feel like the grain got almost a little bit too intense here, though. I feel like we lose a
Yeah.
little bit of this.
I think it would have been cool if the grain was only on the characters or the
Yeah,
after
that could have
images
been
anyway.
nice.
That would have made a lot more sense
Yeah, I
if
agree
the
with you.
noise was only on the after image.
That was kind of nice with the flare there.
I think the way those rays, even though it looks a lot more like that flare that you were talking about, the rays there.
Oh yeah.
I think if you took that sort of approach on the beginning part, so like
Yeah, that
you
would have
tried
been
to make it
perfect.
twist, and the way it twists is really cool, but it's just like that posterized type of look just looks really odd. I think if you took this approach to the beginning part, like everything
with
the
the
same,
hands,
just
sure.
with these sorts of with the hands? No, the background.
No. At the beginning, what you were talking about there.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. Bless you.
Damn, bless you.
Thank you.
I don't really have many problems with like this part.
What do you think, Ridge? I have not heard you talk.
Yeah, I was waiting for. I just wanted to hear some opinions. Me personally, I agree with what Dre said. He said it's not really an objective issue with the edits because they're both, objectively good. I agree with that.
Yeah.
For me, I'm not a fan of the pacing of this one. I feel like relative to the song, the pacing was
I was
kind
going
of
to talk about the pacing for both.
consistent. It felt like there should have been more switch ups. Like some parts should have been faster, slower. It felt relatively consistent.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not really a
Okay,
fan of it.
now that's completely correct. That was very predictable.
Yeah.
It should have been like some are synced to lyrics, some are synced to 808 snares, whatever.
Right.
Even like BPM, which is like the new thing now.
I actually like the pacing, which might
Yeah,
be
it's
like a
definitely
subjective opinion.
Yeah.
But I don't think everything is subjective. I think there are a lot of things that, even though like they're both really, really good, like it can always be better.
When it comes down to pacing, I feel like some parts might be subjective.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Someone might
pace
prefer
a song
something
in so many different ways.
That's why I said I think.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like the general like idea of it, but I think pacing could be subjective. I like this. I like that it's predictable. I actually think that adds to it, because like you know what's coming, like
I
how
think
the scenes
that's
are
what makes
changing,
it boring
but
for me though.
you don't know what's gonna happen because of all the like random, like those stairs were really unexpected. I knew that there was gonna be a transition there because of how like consistent the pacing is throughout the whole thing, but I really didn't expect it like that right there as well. That after the hand crosses the screen, that was like another thing that was really unexpected, considering that the pacing is so predictable. So I actually think it like kind of puts a lot of emphasis on those scenes that really stick out.
Yeah. I agree
Like
with
the
that.
stairs or the scene after the hand. Or that flare that looked pretty nice. Or right here. Just like, I think it adds to it
I
more
love
than
that.
takes away. But that's an I think. I could be wrong.
No, I agree with you. I like the way that all the butterflies are like extremely blurred here, because even if it doesn't make sense from like how a camera would capture it, it just puts all the focus on her.
I think that part was composited like a little poorly too. Right here. It's like another thing where like I know what you were trying to do.
Are you talking about the part before, or
The way it like
falling
the
again?
way the like before that. Right there, yeah. I think the way they like her face reacts to the lights in the sky is odd. I really like that though. This whole sequence is really entertaining.
I like the light flashes as well, kind of keeping the pace even with like simple scenes and not a lot going on.
I also think you're very good at masking.
Right, I was gonna say that. Yeah, patience.
There's like a lot of edits that have really crazy like stuff, but there's like the mask is like ruins it almost. Not like ruins it, but
takes you out of it a little bit.
Takes away from it, but the masking is really nice.
All right, cool. Let's talk about Corbin's. I really like how, Corbin, you took your time in the beginning here. It sets like a really nice
atmosphere.
Yeah, really nice atmosphere right off the bat.
I agree.
I think Corbin does a good job at that generally. Staying,
Right.
not being afraid to stay on scenes for
Let
a
him
little
run.
bit longer
We
than.
talked about that last round.
Yeah, I think we did, didn't we?
Just he always does that. I fuck with it though.
I don't know if this is just the YouTube video or if he meant to have it like this, but there are some scenes where it seems like very lower quality, like almost camcorder, but it doesn't.
I
look
was
like
wondering
a
the
camcorder.
same thing.
is.
I
That's the
really like it.
COT.
I see.
it's-
Yeah, I really
right?
like the like. I don't know what it's actually called, but I use Venetian blinds to do it. It's like an old camcorder type of thing.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's like this after image glitch, but it looks nice.
You can just use BCCD interlacing, and then it will do the same.
I think that's what it is.
I think that string was a nice detail.
I like that as well to mix up the pace there.
Right.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Something I will say about this like camcorder thing is that I wish it was made a little bit more obvious as to the
What?
how do I say this properly? Like I feel like typically when you see like a camcorder type effect being attempted to be implemented, there's more of a like it looks more like a camcorder, whereas this almost just looks like it's really pixelized. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I feel like it could be
Yeah.
like it. I don't know. It just looks. It ends up looking literally just pixelized.
Do you think it's the aspect ratio?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think
That adds a
so.
lot to it.
It looks like JPEG damage a little bit.
Yeah. It's a
But
lot of
I like
mosaic.
it. I don't think
Me
it's.
too.
I actually really like it.
Yeah, it's cool.
I wouldn't change it at all. Although for this edit, I actually don't really like the pacing towards
Really?
like the climax of it. The beginning is really nice, and I like how it kind of makes me think about what's going on, which sounds simple, but like, you know, you don't watch an edit and like think about what's going on and what he's trying to like convey.
So this is the pacing you don't like, though.
Play it again. Yeah.
I can't say that drop was a bit.
It was a bit
Anticlimactic.
anticlimactic.
Yeah.
I would say that goes
And
for like the first 4 scenes of the drop.
What's up?
Well, it's like the
Past
same
that,
too. It's
like
just
past like the first couple
think-
scenes of the drop. Cool.
I don't think that like on a drop you have to have a ton of shit on it. Like blurred, flared, glow. I don't think you have to have a ton of stuff, but I think you do have to like stay consistent with how fast the drop is, and it's just really slow. Like you have to have something that stays consistent with the speed of the song.
Well, I think the consistency is this
At that
spinning
part.
is like the wire, right?
I meant with like the pacing of the scenes, like the sequences.
Well, that kind of
But
doubles.
I do
as
know
that,
what I do know what you mean. I do know what you mean, but no, it doesn't. I see what you're saying though.
Wait. Go back.
the
Go back to
line-
that scene. Wait.
Because it gets faster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was meaning.
I don't think it makes up for the drop though.
Well, I'm not saying it makes up for it, but it is a consistent, like piece
Yeah.
to the pacing.
That is
so.
a really good addition.
It's just this is not what he's trying to say.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But I agree, it is a nice detail.
I think the ending in general is really nice.
So do I.
Agreed.
But I also think that because in the beginning, look at the beginning really
Yeah.
quick.
Like the beginning.
Yeah, like the first scene. Could you like put it on like 1.5?
Yeah.
You used a lot of blur, and it's really nice because it adds a lot to it because you're trying to focus on one thing. You're trying to focus on more than one thing, and you use the blurs to transition the focus of those things. But on the rest of the edit, you don't.
Mm.
Well, I don't think there's any scenes that are as
That's what I was just about to say.
like
This,
that
Yeah,
requires
but
that kind
it's
of.
still like something that is inconsistent, I think.
Well, if there's no other
Because
scenes
the
that like
first
really
scene is so
require it.
visually appealing.
I do kind of agree with Seb here.
I don't
feel
think
like
that
it's still something to add.
I don't think that
like, more
because it
focus
doesn't
on
require
something.
it means don't do it.
Well,
You know?
Yeah,
sure, but I don't know if that truly makes it like an inconsistency. You know what I mean?
But
I wouldn't call it
Because
an
it's like
how does
different.
it-
inconsistency. I would
Because it's
say,
like just different ideas throughout the edit.
yeah.
but still, you would want to at some point revisit one theme, and then revisit it
that
throughout it.
Which
that
is
was the string for
the
him.
thread. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't. It doesn't have to be like one.
Sure, but it's
One
also
single thing.
what I'm just saying is that, well, like you're right. There, like I think it's good to revisit an idea or a theme, throughout an edit to
No,
emphasize
he
it.
did.
No,
I
no,
agree
no.
with. He
Yeah,
did
yeah.
revisit a.
But you also
theme,
like don't
and
have
it's
to do
very
that.
really nice.
Yeah.
You don't have to, but it adds to it. I mean.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You could say you don't have to about a lot of things in both edits, but it would still have added a lot to it.
I agree with that. I don't think he had to, but it would have added some more depth, more blurs.
That's what I was trying to say. I didn't say that it like took away from it. It just
No,
would have been like.
I know that's not what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Very passive aggressive here.
What? That's not true.
It's me. It's just me.
Rich.
But it's
Just
okay.
you, Rich. Out of here. Anyways, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we started by saying this. I think what Dre. I think you said this. They're both super good. So at this point, it's kind of just the technicalities.
I hate this part because
Jake, are you around?
when you have edits that are both objectively good and you're trying to decide on subjective, it's more the fact, like, for example, like Miru versus Pac for round 6. Everybody was like, Miru won. Miru should have won. And then like now everybody's going back and like, oh yeah, Pac's edit was better. So I'm trying to figure this out. How do I don't want to mess this up.
I know, me too.
I think that because they're both better than like average, way better than average, you do have to think about what they could have done to add to it, which is why I was bringing up those things that are like, you didn't have to do it, but when you're trying to compete with somebody and you are both very good at something, just because you don't have to do it is why you would lose.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I think you didn't have to is like a really bad excuse.
Well, that wasn't. It wasn't.
No,
my point was
not
just
you. Not you. I'm not saying
Okay.
what you were saying is a bad excuse. I'm saying in general to say, because I probably also said at some point that they didn't have to do it. But even though I did say that, I also think like doing that thing you don't have to do just to make it that much better is how you win a tournament, a competitive tournament where everyone involved is really good at what they do.
Yeah.
I feel like you should have made a channel where we could like type out what we're thinking.
I can't. I'm trying to find a word because the depth field would have been perfect right here.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
A what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Depth of field.
That's
Oh,
the field.
yeah.
Blurs.
I don't know how
Honestly,
that
the
would have
background
reacted
on
on the
that
camera.
scene. I think it could have worked still, and I think the scene after that, where his face is there and there's like a shine on the glasses, he also could have
Yeah, I
added
was
some
gonna
blurs
say,
to the
that's him.
background.
Definitely that's him. Have more focus on like
Right
the
here,
glasses.
she could have been more blurred, and the reflection could have been more focused. Just having that like
Yeah,
consistency
yeah.
with the depth, that's what would have made his edit so much better, even though it's already great.
Yeah.
This is too difficult.
You should
Yeah,
pay me, bro.
This is tough.
This is tough because one
Fuck.
had a better job than the other. One has more technicality in depth of field and compositing than the other, but one has more, I guess, effect usage. This is too much.
I don't think it's too much. You just have to look at what they did, like from an objective standpoint, and then look at what they didn't do that would have made it better. So the noise, for example, for the first scene, for the first edit, I mean, the noise could have been adjusted in so many ways
Like
on
more
like so many
strategically
different
used,
scenes.
yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So we're just gonna
And
count the cons.
that would have added. You kind of just have to count the pros and the cons. Like, think about like consistency for both from an objective standpoint. Like, I said
Yeah.
that I didn't like the pacing from the second edit, but I still have to like take a look at it from an objective standpoint and say, okay, was the pacing objectively good or objectively bad? Because even though you can say that it is subjective, you always know what looks good and what looks bad.
Yeah.
Jake, are you around? You haven't said anything.
Jake is not even here.
This man is back in
Bro,
Denny's.
just don't even. He's busy, bro. Don't make him judge something he has to pay attention to when he's out with the people that he wants to.
Yeah,
be
he
with.
can just come back and judge later.
Yeah, my thought was just that we have 4 people now without him, but yeah, we can just get him to look at it later. If there's anything that like needs a tiebreaker.
Okay, so like, what are we thinking?
Oh gosh.
Do you want to make a channel and type it, or do you want to talk about it? Because I think that if we talk about it, it's easier to contradict ourselves and each other.
Yeah. We could type it.
What, Trey?
I'm losing it. I'm sorry.
Okay, we don't gotta drag it then. You can just say what you think. You can go one at a time, and then I'll write it down.
Okay. I didn't like the pacing for the first one.
Elaborate.
It was too consistent.
Wait, say that again?
Too
Pacing was
consistent.
too consistent for the first one.
By too consistent, you mean
I can anticipate the next one. My preference in watching something, I like to not expect what's gonna happen. Subjective.
Agreed.
Okay.
Opinion.
I wouldn't say his pacing is bad. I would say it's neutral. It's alright.
I wouldn't call it bad. I would just call it predictable. It's not
Yeah,
my
it's
type.
very predictable.
You're talking about Goofies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? Shit.
Wow.
Me?
Yeah, what do you think?
I mean, I think that what we've talked about
I don't know.
kind of outlines it for Goofies. With I think that I think that I have less of a problem with the pacing than you guys have said, but the noise is something that like I said a second ago, and like you've been saying, Seb, I really wish that it was used more strategically because it really just felt like it was almost a blanket over the entire edit, and I think that noise is a effect that is quite. I mean, it's very obvious when you're using it, right? And it not to. I don't mean this in a derogatory way at all, but it's just to draw a comparison. Remember when people put like scan lines over like all their fucking edits back in the day, and it just like made it look like too much to the eye, and it was like you know, just disregarding the fact that scan lines just look bad on everything. It's just like a lot, and I think that in a more if you're using these kinds of things that are very apparent in a more strategic way, then they can have a lot more impact. Whereas I feel like the impact was lost on a lot of these moments where they could have really stuck out. Like with what you said, Seb, with if he took it to just like the shadow or not the shadows, the echoes or whatever, for example, instead of that whole scene, that would have really looked good. But it's kind of just lost in a lot of moments. So I don't know. That's my biggest detractor for Goofy.
I also think that the colors towards the end are also really inconsistent. Like, I could understand what you were going for with the colors on a lot of scenes, but towards the end, they kind of just switched off and on. Which, not to say it's a bad thing, but I just didn't like get why. Because there's no like indicator as to why. And I think the things that you executed well, you executed really well.
Yeah, but when you do more, you're expected to do more throughout the, so
Yeah.
you can easily
What
let
do you
those
mean?
expectations down. Like when you do like crazy compositing, flickering, like a bunch of colors and effects and shit, you're expected to always blend those elements well throughout the entire thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but be
So, like when
consistent.
you,
Yeah.
Are you
you
saying
can easily
that
let the viewer
because
down. Know what I'm saying.
Are you saying that because towards the end there's not that like many like more things, like more creative
No, not
things,
necessarily.
or
I'm kind of trying to convey that like you can easily like spot like when something looks off.
no, I get you.
You get me?
I'm asking if there's a like what's making you say that about it.
Like the little arrows, like the fucking the noise. It's like the
Okay.
noises definitely throws it off.
Okay.
For me, it's just a lot of compositing issues, which is kind of
But that's
hard.
the thing. It's like he was going for more though. That's the thing.
He was going for more, and he couldn't execute it because
Do you think it is valid to judge something based on what he was going for rather than what he did?
what he did was, if you ask me,
I'm
kind of
asking all of you. If you think,
jarring compositing, jarring kind of lighting, jarring blur usage sometimes like that.
I think you have to judge on what's in front of you, not necessarily what was attempted to.
yeah. So
Get the
Yeah,
result.
I would say,
I'm asking.
yeah, it's just kind of jarring. The blur sometimes. The blur didn't even make like bokeh. Is this Gaussian? Or like BCC? Or like Fastbox? Yeah.
What blur do you use, Trey?
I use bokeh or camera lens with a depth map or a normal map.
I use Gaussian.
I use Gaussian.
What the
Yeah.
fuck? What is wrong with y'all?
I'm a BCC Gaussian lover.
What the hell?
I actually
What?
use
Right?
It's true. It's true.
No, camera lens with a depth map.
BCC
Yeah, it
lens
goes
blur.
crazy.
I've never used camera lens blur. I will try it.
What?
What in the fuck?
Oh,
No,
I don't
camera
know.
lens
It
is
just
good.
never crossed my mind, but I'll try it anyway.
It's like a real camera.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Hacks Edit. I would say I expected a bit more from Pack, because usually it's like way more.
Could we talk about it? Like
Yeah,
how
I think we
about
should break it. I
Goofies?
think we should break it down also.
Okay, usually the scene selection is way better than this.
But right,
It felt kind of rushed.
Judge it on what it is, though, right? Instead of like what we expect from him.
I'm getting to that. Hold on.
Okay.
I think
My bad.
right.
My bad.
Like whoa,
fair, bro.
damn.
Go on, let him cook.
It's lazy. I want to say I'm going to stick with this based off of the compositing he did, the lighting he did, the little bit of composited objects that looked like it was in the room when he did the shadow and light wraps was really cool. I like the theme that they were just listening to music headphones. They met each other, and then the headphones got severed, disconnected. She took them out, and like he's kind of seeing her for the last time. It looks like a memory, like a memoir, like an old VHS like memory.
Yeah, it ties into exactly. I agree.
I think it's beautiful. Scene selection is usually way better from Pack, so I'm gonna say I'm still gonna go with Pack. It's just a little bit, especially what Seb said on the climax. It was like that drop. That could have been a better scene there, if you ask me. So I'm gonna stick with Pack. It has less errors. Goofy, I want to say, did way more, but when you do way more, you will make more mistakes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to say.
Right.
So if Goofy nailed light wrap, shadows, difference between highlights, matching colors, how to keep a grain not jarring, and learned different blur usage on different scenes. And what Seb said more about understanding the camera. For example, when they was walking through the field and it was just the lens dirt. It was lens dirt kind of like all around the top area, not really just masking out the whites and the highlights of the light. And the lens flare wasn't moving with it. It's a lot of errors, but I'm gonna go with Pack.
If I were to add anything to that, I think that with Pack's edit, since there's a lot less going on, generally there's only one primary focus of the scene. You know, that be it the like the earbud cord, like matching the music,
Gonna get my
or
food. Give
the
me a minute.
blur is working properly, like in this scene. And I think that he just executed it all really well. Whereas with Goofy's, like we were talking about, there's like, you know, there's a lot of little things that we can kind of pick apart from each scene that at the end of the day kind of topple down on the way that we're able to like look at any given scene and be like, oh, this looks perfect, because there's like, oh, there's this little thing that's kind of bugging me on this scene, and then at this scene, and then this. You know what I'm trying to say? Whereas you can kind of pick most scenes out of this, and it's just well done. You know, there's just one focus, and Pac does it well. So yeah, I think I'd also go with Pac here.
One hour and
I don't
14
really
minutes
think my
on these two.
decision matters because it's 3-1.
But I still want to hear your opinion.
Yeah, it's so interested to hear your thoughts.
I think it's hard to really decide, because you can say that it is like, because he did less and did it well, you could say that it's better. But I also think like the Goofy's edit is really ambitious, and I think that actually adds to the edit because he tried to do more and he's like learning how to do more. And you could say like judge what's in front of you, but I think it's always deeper than that, to be honest. I think Pac could have done significantly better than what he did, because it starts off really great,
also true,
and then it gets good. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I agree.
No, that makes sense.
I think that Goofy just tried to do like a lot, and he went like, I wouldn't say out of his comfort zone, because he does experiment a lot with colors, but he definitely tried to do something like different with a lot of the scenes. And even though like they're not like perfect, I still think that it's really ambitious, and I like it a lot. I like that about it, how like, you know,
yeah,
you know what I'm trying to say.
Completely.
So I would pick Goofy, but I don't think it matters because it's 3-1.
Alrighty. Well, those were both fucking awesome.
Excellent work, Goofy.
Yeah, seriously. Okay. So here we have Cryptic.
There's more.
Yeah, Cryptic versus Miru.
By the time we finish this, it's gonna be 12 a.m. That's literally, I literally looked at my watch. I was like,
this round's gonna be as long as like the first or even the second.
Do you wanna?
Oh, I'm gonna need a snack.
I think we can do both edits.
Yeah,
I need a hot pocket.
I think that we should keep going.
Did we finish the last round?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't think it would be an issue if you judged these two today and then 2 tomorrow, but we could do this now if it's we could do a group
may as
vote.
well just do it now.
Yeah, we're already here.
Yeah, we're already exactly.
I almost killed 3 pets on my way home.
All right.
We might.
All right, we're good. Are you gonna, Dre? Did you say you're gonna get some food?
I already got my bag of chips here. Let's roll it.
All right, word.
Let's see.
This is Cryptic.
If this bitch don't shut up. Word to my tip.
Get out of here, bro.
Oh, it got emo. Oh shit. Oh shit. This is by far my favorite edit
That's
of you, Cryptic.
so cool, Cryptic.
Very good.
That was fucking
Need a blunt.
sweet.
Should have brought a Benjamin.
Miru.
Still crying in the summertime. Still gonna rush when I think of you in summertime. All my anxious thoughts because when you come up, they arrive when you go inside. I go out my body. I can't live this life outside you. Miss me in the winter time. I know it. Pull up on me when it's snowing. Got me feeling so important. Now that I need your warmth. All the seasons I want, yeah. In the spring, I can't hear a thing. All the birds and bees, nobody think. In the summertime, people off the brink in California. We ain't got no seasons, all the same to me. 'Cause in the heat, like to press repeat. Every day is every day. Spring, you can't hear a thing. All the birds and bees, nobody think. In the summertime, people off the brink in California. We ain't got no seasons, all the same to me. Like to press repeat. Every day is every day.
We need to keep you niggas outside. Oh my god, it's getting weird. It's getting weird.
Holy shit.
Yo, he has credits.
Look at his credits.
Is this supposed to be for T3C?
It's a Disney movie.
Holy shit.
Is this your T3C entry, Miru? I'll upload that shit right now.
I think I could already talk about both, but
Let's watch them both one more time.
I really hate this. I don't want to do this no more. Both are extremely refreshing.
Yeah. Seriously.
Still crying in the summertime. Still gonna rush when I think of you in summertime. All my anxious thoughts because when you come up, they arrive when you go inside. I go out my body. I can't live this life outside you. Miss me in the winter time. I know it. Pull up on me when it's snowing. Got me feeling so important. Now that I need your warmth. All the seasons I want, yeah. In the spring, I can't hear a thing. All the birds and bees, nobody
colors expanding with the flute here. It's a cool detail.
I think that it's kind of like hard for me to judge this because I'm only good at 2D editing.
If we're going based off of 3D,
when
I can judge it.
When I look at it, I can only dissect what I see, like the transitions and the effects that I can like dissect in my head, right?
Yeah.
But when I see like 3D, it's kind of like I'm not an expert at 3D. I just know how After Effects works.
I'm kind of the same way.
So I can't like, I feel like there's a lot of things that I could say that I can't because I don't know about it.
Yeah, exact same thing with me.
But Ridge does 3D and Dre also does 3D. Wait, Ridge does, you do 3D, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
So I think you would kind of have to dissect it and then explain it to me. And Leather.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay,
But before, I want to talk about Cryptics first.
Yeah, let's talk about Cryptic. I was just about to say, let's get back to Cryptic.
Damn.
What? I like it. It's emo.
I think I like the window. That's like, I know it's just the beginning and the end, but I like the window. I don't like that it's orange, but I like the window.
This is like choosing between Delineate or Starker.
Yeah, because they're so different.
I really like the texture.
Yeah.
In all of this.
These are like two opposite of the spectrum emotions. You got one really sad and really something else really exciting.
That's why you can't compare them. You have to look at it for what it is and then
God damn it.
Pros and cons again.
This hurts me.
This is such a sick edit.
This is beautiful. Okay, how about y'all both just send me these edits and I'll just post them on T3C? Because these are T3C worthy edits. Both of them.
I mean, this is such an obvious thing to point out, but I love the jump into colors here as things are ramping up.
Should give me a cut just for judging this.
He's not joking, by the way.
I'm not.
You ain't getting it.
You should have banned 3D, bro.
Yeah,
there was like a huge gap.
Wasn't that the rule to begin with?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We talked about it.
I don't know who made
because when you have something like this,
yeah, it's almost like right now
it makes it seem one-dimensional.
It's almost like I made a rule for this reason, but you know, no one.
I mean, I had you guys vote on it, so.
Yeah.
Is there an option to like split the money in half and then just give it to both?
That's what I'm thinking, because these are just...
I'm just fine.
I'm not. Honestly, y'all rock, paper, scissors. Honestly, Cryptic and Miru fight to the death.
I think there are some things to say about Cryptic's edit.
There's something to say about both of them. And that's...
But I think that it's even though like they're both things that are kind of far from video editing.
Yeah.
Well, this one is further than Miru's because Miru's is 3D, which is making a video, but I think they're both pretty far from what an anime edit usually is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he redrew the scenes and Miru created scenes.
How many frames are this? Wait, Cryptic, how many did you draw?
It's like on 4s or 5s, right?
238 frames. He sat down and drew 238 frames.
But also he had a reference and he...
It's still
That's still a lot.
Yeah, it's still crazy.
Of course.
I'll be done drawing. Like, whenever I'm doing mixed media, I get tired after 20.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Chill. I do 20, and I'm like,
How much time do they have?
yeah.
This was
Hello.
3 weeks.
No, it felt more than 3 weeks. That felt like a
Well, actually,
goddamn.
it was 3, and then there was the 3-day extension, so it was a little bit over 3 weeks.
I say my hair done grew motherfucking long in those 3 weeks. Y'all took something out your long.
So they had I think in a month it's reasonable.
But it mimics pencil.
Well, I can say something about this one. I don't know if you guys are gonna agree with me or not, but I thought that even while it's obviously supposed to be like, like upbeat and like chipper and bright and happy, the brights were sometimes a little too much for me. Like
Yeah.
some shit was just lost in these scenes because it's just like 3 different glares going on at the same time, and I like can't even really see what's on the screen. And sometimes I think it actually like was fine, and it was kind of like nice with the music and like what was probably like what Miru was going for. But there were moments in this edit where I was like, I like kind of can't see what's going on.
Yeah, lighting is a really hard aspect of 3D. Like even some professionals that work for companies can't figure out lighting. That's why they usually hire a light specialist.
Like this.
I think the
kinda feels a
brightness
lot
it
for
is
me.
very bright, but
It's very bright.
I think that it's I don't think it takes away from it actually.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what he was going for.
Yeah.
It's kind
He
of like an
wanted it to be
upbeat bright.
And I don't think that it's too bright. I think it's bright enough to do what he was trying to do. So, yeah, I wouldn't say it's too much. I can definitely see what's going on. But
yeah,
it's like 50-50 for me. But I think for the most part, it's like what you just
actually
said. It's consistent.
applaud how
The
it
theme.
is so bright and I can still see what's going on.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I think it's just the color profile you use.
That's it. It's the colors. I think
like with
some
the
parts
lights, yeah,
have
maybe.
it just doesn't have enough color in a lot of scenes. Like it's really desaturated. It's
Yeah.
really bright, which the brightness is fine, but it doesn't have enough like saturation to go along with how bright it is.
Yeah.
It's like you turn up a volume on like one side of the headphones and then the other one stays the same, you know?
Yeah.
My issue with Miru is it's always going to be field of view. It will always be field of view. For example, when she had her hands up and she was in the mountains, I don't think there was no depth of field on that whatsoever.
Her hands
Which
up
is
in the mountains.
like
I
kind of you
see,
see
I
what I
see.
mean?
Yeah.
It's like we're always going to be lacking in like how if you were looking through a camera.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think there's so much going on that it's hard to kind of tell because I've
Yeah.
seen the 3D.
See, like in that scene too, that scene right there too, like it's sometimes he don't be having enough area for him to have these characters. Like the character sizes versus trees will always make it very apparent. Like for example,
This is
that
another. Oh, sorry.
see that? It's like
Yeah, no, I see it.
yeah.
I think that for me it's the position and scale and the shakes.
Yeah.
I think that for everything that you do great and you keep improving, I think you've been really stagnant on the shakes and scales for like a long time. But the fact that your ideas keep improving and you keep like experimenting with new things, it kind of makes up for it in every new edit that you post because you have like so many new things that you don't pay attention to the one thing that you keep doing the same, which is the 2D editing aspect of what you do.
Yeah. Like
That's a
that
good- that's a
scale.
valid take.
Yeah.
This warp right here, I know that you were trying to make it fit the watercolor, but it did not. Not that one, before that. That one fit perfectly. When she's like right here.
Oh yeah.
That looked
Oh,
really
that
strange.
warp.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That looked really, really strange. Because the ends of the watercolor are so complex and the warp is really not. It's really flat. Not flat because it's a warp, but it's really like not complex.
It's,
It's
yeah, I don't have that many
straightforward.
complexities like the paint, warp, and meshing.
Exactly.
Yeah, compared to
exactly.
like this. Yeah, completely.
I think
Well,
it,
just the
it
way that
was
it
like an
moves.
easy solution, which was just adding turbulence and turning the complexity up. But
Yeah,
you probably didn't think about it because you were doing so many things. I think the scales on a lot of the parts are really tough to watch because
I was thinking that when you have like such a heavily edited like 3D scene, you don't even need to honestly do transitions. You can honestly just hard cut
but
them.
when you do a transition and it looks off-putting,
Yeah, off-putting.
it'll make it even worse. Like a decent scale will look bad when you have this like amazing scene and it's still just it's like
Yeah.
another thing where like the scene is great, the scale is good.
Yeah.
Except
Yeah.
it just really doesn't fit.
Yeah, it's valid.
I think the shakes are also odd on a lot of
Yeah,
parts.
it
But
felt
I
like
never
kind of copy paste.
I never thought that like I always like personally I really like Miru's scales and slides. I think that it's like I'll see them, I'll see the scales and the slides and I'll be like, oh, that's Miru, because it's
Yeah.
really like specific to him. And I don't think it's bad at all that he likes to keep those scales and slides. But just when you're trying to make something that's super creative and really different to the original scene, you also have to try to make what you usually do different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also, Miru, why didn't you turn on collision on the birds for like the
Collision?
fur? Yeah, collision kind of makes it look like the fur is
They're
kind of
touching.
rubbing up. Yeah, instead of like that pink bird like literally going inside the blue bird, looking like he's about to eat him.
Also, again, to like, I don't know how to do 3D, so I can't exactly put this into words properly. But there were moments like when that bird takes off there, where it, like, that doesn't look like a bird taking off. It looks like it just rises up and its
Yeah,
arms are
little.
moving.
I was gonna say little stuff like that. Like there was a scene somewhere in the beginning where the bird was flying like on the axis, like left to right. It looked
Yeah.
a little off. I think it was bouncing a little too much.
Where about? You said in the beginning?
I think it's somewhere there. It's
I
like
don't-
when it hits.
I know
the
what you're
anime.
talking about, but I don't think that's
You know what I'm
actually an
talking about?
issue because it's so
Yeah, like that.
animated. It's so like cartoonish that it's like
Yeah.
I don't think that that's so far fetched.
But
that they
I
would be
kind of
bouncing
disagree.
Like that.
I don't think it's too cartoonish actually.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Collision takes too much time.
Yeah,
Good shit.
I don't think it's too cartoonish.
You don't think what was too cartoonish? I said that it is
No, I'm saying
cartoonish.
I don't really think it's that cartoonish.
Ah, okay.
Like the 3D elements.
It would have been cool if you added like a toon shader on the birds and slightly mixed it to match like the outlines of the anime characters. You could have used contour in your like materials around the birds. It's more to the fact that the bird is really hyper realistic and then the anime is very flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
I was gonna. Yeah.
Which is, it can be cool sometimes, you know, like because it's the
I think-
avant-garde, like it's the differentiated, like
Stylistic choice.
yeah,
I'd prefer them more accurately blended.
yeah. Which I don't understand. So sometimes you will have depth of field, but then sometimes you won't. And then the trees part, I don't really. Yeah, that's the only kind of like flaw to me when she's like appears in the forest full of trees.
Oh,
Yeah, you were just on it. You're like literally on it.
this part?
That part too. Okay.
And then you meant, where was it?
Keep it going right. Keep going right there. Play it and no, right there. See that?
Yeah.
It's like the tree versus like, damn, she tall as fuck. If she can touch the top of those trees, she is like 7 feet.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. It's more of the fact that you got to understand like realism. Like, think about if a human was actually standing next to a tree. If she looked like that going through those trees, she is tall as hell.
Shaquille
Yeah, I didn't think of
O'Neal.
that.
Yeah, you need to have it like the ground closer, kind of up.
Hmm.
Overall, I think the feathers are really amazing.
I like them a lot.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
the
A
those
feathers.
are
lot.
really nice
That's
touch.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
She tall as hell though.
WNBA candidate.
Don't take on Angel Reese for real. That was cool.
But
That
then
was
like
really cool.
like the scale of her against all of this is really good.
That's
I think so.
It's because
Ooh.
it's a flat image and there's motion tile on it, and it's a 3D scene. So when you would imagine a scale out, you would try to think about like the depth. Like, the background is going to be moving less than her. She's going to
Yeah.
be moving more because the camera. She's
Yeah.
closer to the
Yeah,
camera,
yeah.
and the scale is so flat, and there's like visibly motion tile that it's like it's off-putting because it's 3D.
It's 3D, yes. You just took the word. I don't need to do a psychoanalysis on you after this. You're really good at describing stuff. I'm starting to think you're A-worded.
Thanks, dude.
Of course. This is hard.
I think I had everything I had to say with Miru's, but I did have some things to say with Cryptic, but I guess you collectively decided to move on past it.
Well, no, here we can go back to it. It's just there was a moment where no one was saying anything, and I had a thought.
Yeah, because I have to think about it because there's so
No, totally.
It's okay. I don't want to say that there's so little, but it's the same thing throughout the whole thing. So it's hard to pick apart when it's the same thing throughout the whole
Yeah,
thing.
but I don't think that's his fault. I think,
Oh,
they're just going crazy on the
I'm
3D.
not
It's
saying
the
that
fact
takes
that
away from it at all.
I know. I'm just saying
Okay.
it looks one-dimensional in comparison to mirrors, especially.
Yeah.
But that's
Okay.
the 3D rule. I don't know why that's even a thing.
I love how
Yeah,
much.
that's why I put that rule up, but whatever.
Hey, the people voted on it. I have nothing to do
Is
with
it really an anime editing, Tony, at this point, bro? Because that nigga made like a Pixar
Drawing
film.
versus 3D.
He didn't even really like edit it. He
it was
drew it.
a lot of
So
that too.
Oh my god, I'm about to shoot myself in the game.
Can you even like count this?
I think this is
Because
way more
it's-
related to anime than the last one.
I think
So
we
it's
can
anime.
count
I don't.
this.
I don't.
I mean,
I
he's drawing
disagree, but-
anime frames though.
All I see is
Yeah.
T3C uploads.
I like how
Like
much.
Miru had scenes with just the birds and cinematics in it.
I like though that it's not like he just one for one redrew. Like in this scene with Misato walking, he's creating a lot of movement by.
That's what I was thinking. A lot of movement, a lot of speed lines.
Yeah.
He's added emphasis on, this bitch storming down the hallway.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then you got this car moving
I
fast as
actually
hell.
don't notice that. Can you?
Yeah,
photo it again?
with Misato walking around, it's like everything's
Yeah,
moving
I don't.
like really vigorously.
Okay, you see it? It's like the lines. It's not like this in the
It's
scene.
like it's like going in and out, kind of.
Yeah, and you see how he's adding
I see the
details.
lines, but I don't. For me, I didn't.
Well,
I
it's just
actually
if
thought
you
she was
think
moving
that
pretty
she's
slow.
like the center of the like whatever here, she'll be like.
No, I
over
get
here
what
a
you're
little
trying to
bit
say.
and up here. Yeah.
I just can't see it.
Okay.
And the car moving fast as hell is less detail because this bitch zooming. This nigga crying in the fucking passenger seat. Now that has me thinking, are these really technical? Is this an AMV? I mean, yeah.
It's an AMV, but it's not. It's
Like-
not 2D edited, so I don't even know how to go about
But
it.
the technicality of like the falling, like for example, that was pretty cool. Like the little falling stuff, the little raindrop
Yeah,
tear.
I think that's the best part of it, to be honest. I
Well,
like that.
Do we
more than the
consider
rest of it.
do we consider Ray's edits AMVs?
Who?
Ray's, RAYZ.
Yeah, I mean, I would.
Yeah,
It's
it's like
anime
the
related.
same kind of
Wait,
concept, right?
I don't know.
I don't even remember what his edits look like. It's been so long.
He did that one Durara edit You know what, the one that you probably would remember.
I see. This is old, bro.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
old. But you know what? It's like that same kind of concept. He did that.
This is old, bro.
Would you ask if it's an AMV?
Well, if we're because just the point of.
I mean, yeah, they're all AMVs.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Just
I'm just saying, like, to the point of if it's like judgeable as an AMV or not. I'd say that it is.
These
like,
AMVs biracial as fuck.
Kind of thing.
But the thing with that guy's edits is that he's using. It looks like he's using shape layers.
Yeah, he does. He does.
And he is editing them actively throughout the whole thing. It's all like. It's all things that he's doing in After Effects, so it's so much easier to pick apart because he used the camera. You can say, oh, that camera movement is really strange. But with the Cryptics, he didn't use a camera. He didn't position anything. He drew it.
I mean, under that context, we could just consider this like a raw edit, almost, right? It's got just like clips.
Yeah, I mean, what's his name? MTX did the same thing. If not, I've literally just added. He kind of did the same thing where he did the doodles for the Ava parts, but it's still an AMV.
It totally is.
This is difficult.
This is an AMV.
I mean, it's still an AMV, but yeah, like 2D-ish. It's kind of hard to judge because
I don't like this part. This part
I mean,
where she's red.
I think we're thinking about it in like an After Effects perspective. You don't have to like make an AMV.
You're philosophical.
Yeah,
like, what is an AMV?
I'm trying to say that it's.
But it's hard to judge if it's just doodles.
I can tell you, like,
It is
okay,
hard to
I
judge
didn't
if
like
it's
this.
doodles.
I don't like that. I can't look at it from an objective standpoint because it's literally something that, like, he redrew the anime scenes. And
Yeah.
it's supposed to look off from the anime. It's supposed to look not poorly drawn, but you know what I'm trying to say,
Like
right?
rough.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
grudge, like it's supposed to look like that. So I can say, like, I don't like this part, but the defense to that can always be, oh, it's supposed to look like that. You know what
If
I
we're
mean?
going based off of Sakuga and animation, the best part in this whole edit is that teardrop.
Yeah, I think the best part is the teardrop. I think that a lot of these redrawn things are like the still frames that you just passed.
Yeah.
I don't like those. Like, I don't think those are.
Which still frames? These?
I think this one is good. That one is like.
I like it.
I don't know. I dislike it. I like the parts after that.
That would have went crazy on Tumblr like 8 years ago. I'm serious. That would have been every like edgy emo girl, e-girl, Valorant profile picture.
I think there are some parts that are drawn so much to be like a grudge sort of thing. I don't even know if that's what it's supposed to be. Grunge. I don't know. Like, he's trying so hard to make it look distorted that it just doesn't look good. Like, from the standpoint that like you know what he's going for, it's supposed to look like this, but it doesn't look like what I imagine grunge would be. It just looks bad.
What I'm thinking is,
and those are for like specific frames that I see. Since it's so like low frame rate, I guess the only way to go about it is to pick apart the frames, right? I like the transitions with the scribbles. I think those are really like, they add a lot to it, I think.
You're gonna pick
because it's
apart all
drawn.
280?
No, just important ones.
I'm just gonna fluid this if we speed it up.
yeah, if we're going based off of like animation, technically what Cryptic did wasn't. What's the word that doesn't take away from this? It's not
life changing.
Yeah,
it wasn't like fantastic. When you think about editing like an AMV, this compared to an actual AMV is like extraordinary, right? Like an average AMV, I mean, because it's definitely like it's different, creative.
Yeah.
But
if we're going off of animation,
exactly. If you're going off of what it is, which is
animation,
low frame rate animation.
Yeah, it's not that crazy.
Not that great. And I think there's a lot of it that I dislike because I do see a lot of like I follow a lot of like
animators.
I see a lot of these,
I know exactly what you mean.
I see a lot of these, and this one isn't like
crazy.
I can see why you would say that it's refreshing because it is, because it's an AMV, right?
Yeah,
But
I agree with
I've
Seb
seen
on
it
this.
before, and compared to what I've seen, I don't know. It's just there's a
Actually,
lot of
now
it that
that
I
you
would
put it like
change.
that, yeah, we
There's a lot
have
that I
seen
would have
this.
changed.
We've seen like the Ava edits and the pencil outline and the construction papers and the
Yeah,
markers, like
exactly,
for the past like 20
exactly.
years.
So
People been
this is
doing this
just
since
like
2008.
kind of a more modern take on it, which is fine. It's just not like
Yeah.
I don't like those inverted frames, to be honest. I
You
think
talk
that
about
was
the
a pretty
CC threshold on those scenes right
yeah,
there. I think
yeah.
it's cool. Yeah,
Nah,
it's
I
like
like it. Cool.
I
I
like it
like
too.
it.
I actually think he could have like
Does it need more
not inverted it.
texturing?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it needs texture. It needs more
I think
detailing. It's
those
just
are
black
one of
and
the
white.
scenes that like just don't look like they just don't look good compared to what he's trying to do.
Maybe there's shading here.
When you say compare it to what he's trying to do, what do you mean
Okay,
exactly?
so this first scene before that, like the regular one, the not inverted one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you go to it?
Yeah, we're going to it right now.
Okay. My bad. I didn't mean to sound like that. But anyway,
It's okay.
it looks really it looks good.
Ooh, Sam, I would have
Like,
gotten
this
a ring
looks
with you.
What's up?
my bad.
No, you're chilling. It's fine.
I'm just getting it. It's 11:48.
I know. I'm tired.
So I think that this looks really good. The non-inverted part. I think it like that. This is one of the highest points in the edit. And then when he inverts it, it literally just like I feel like it could have been redrawn in such a better way. Like he could have like what did Dre said? He said that he could have textured it a lot differently.
Yeah.
It's really like it's supposed to be messy, but this isn't the messy that I see the other frames are. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It's
There's
a
like a
different type
skill
of
round
messy.
on like some scenes and then others.
Exactly.
Say that again?
This just isn't as good as the other frames that are drawn. Even if it's just an inverted version of the last one, it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
As good as the rest of it.
Right, even in the context of it, like
I think
intentionally
that's a
messier.
what I was
stylistic
trying to
thing though.
say.
Like he was
Yeah.
with this frame right here, like the inverted one, he was definitely going for a more like thicker stroke look.
I just wanted to feel like someone was scratching on the paper with a pencil and drew something in like 5 minutes. Yeah, it gives that feeling. You went for the right feeling, but like animation wise, it's kind of
When you say it's a stylistic thing, it goes back to what I was saying before, that the defense could always be that's what he was going for.
yeah.
It is kind
Yeah.
of though, like
True.
at the point of the edit here where things are starting to break down, and then we get to like the introduction of color, and then like all this glitchy shit. So it's like, I mean, yeah, it does just go back to like if he was going for it or not, I guess.
Yeah, I think it really this especially because I think it just comes down to interpretation. Because I can see what he was going
I
for
think
with
he
this. Like I
probably
get it.
did, but
Like it's definitely rough, but I understand the roughness.
yeah.
Especially I'm talking like the inverted frames.
Yeah. Okay.
Gunshot.
All right.
I think
Well,
this one is harder than the last one.
Yeah,
it
this is
hard.
way
The
hard.
last one.
They're totally different.
I told y'all once you reach a different level in editing, it's fucking objective. It's all about
It's just
and
because
that's the
one's 3D
part.
and one's 2D.
Exactly, but they're both AMV, so this is so difficult. This is extremely difficult because they're both on technicality good.
I mean, we could bring it back to the conversation of, like if you're like how much you're trying to go for and how well you're executing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which we talked about obviously with Goofy versus Pack. And in this instance, I think that obviously Miru is generally going for more here.
Yeah.
And I think that it's of higher quality generally as well.
Me too,
So
but execution wise, I would still choose Cryptic. Yeah, not like not literal like ideal wise execution because Miru did it, but like scales and like shakes.
Yeah.
But once again, it's hard to judge that because he didn't even really do scales or shakes in this edit, so you can't even do a comparison because he drew them. So once again, it's like I can't even like I can't
when you
even
look at
go
it,
execution for
Miru's
execution.
is longer than. How long is Miru's?
140 versus 158.
Oh, it's not that
Yeah,
much
credits though.
longer.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah, that's the credits there. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
how long were the credits?
Credits come in at.
I'm asking
Credits
because
start at 144.
We're gonna be here all night. Let me get comfortable. Let me get my pillow.
But also,
I had a
in
thought.
this
I had
edit,
like a pretty reasonable thought,
it
but
ends
it
at
just
130.
disappeared.
So Cryptics is really 130 because it kind of just ends here.
But there's also
and there's also like
black screen in the beginning.
This as well, which is like nothing.
Never thought I
I
would say
think
this.
that-
Oh, where's Kyosho?
It's like a 1 second black screen. They're roughly the
He
same.
does he does do both, huh? Or he does
Yeah,
do both.
he does 3D, he does animation, he does anime edits. If not this, he would have just been perfect for this. If I'm going off of technicality of 3D, there's a lot of issues. But like it's it doesn't take away, but it doesn't add either. So that's another hard part.
I think that you have to see what they did. For this one, you can't like. Obviously, Miru's has more cons than the other one because there's so
Yeah,
much more.
he's so much more, yeah.
But I don't know if that means that he automatically loses.
Exactly, because Cryptic
Yeah.
didn't even really like it. I would understand if it was an original animation. I would have been like, okay. But it's more the fact that once again, what Seth
He
said,
redrew
he
the
redrew
anime scenes.
So this is even harder because you have Miru who actually made his scenes, and you have one who
I think that actually cleared it up for me more because Miru created a lot
more.
and
So
for what he did wrong, he also did a lot right.
Yeah.
Whereas
That's
what I'm thinking
Cryptic
also.
redrew something that was already there in a
Also-
really cool way, a really clean, well executed way. But he still just redrew it, and Miru's is again way more ambitious.
We can also harken back to the conversation that we had about packs and how, like how you and I were, like when we got confused about that blurs conversation, and how there are things that you can like repeat in an edit
but-
to like draw
Yeah.
out.
These are way more complicated though, so I don't even know how I would.
Right.
Yeah,
no,
I was
but what I'm saying is that in Cryptics, it's kind of just one thing the entire time. And
Yeah.
personally, I think it
Yeah,
looks.
so I think we're all collectively saying that. So I think I have made my decision.
Yeah.
I think I made my decision too. But I have a question for you, Leather.
Yeah.
You better supervise Jake when he's judging.
Dude, like this is crazy.
Yeah, because I don't think he would know how to judge like these two alone all by himself. Not in a bad way, but like this is
There's
like
just
a lot.
There's a shit ton to unpack. Yeah.
I
mean,
think
we'll see if
for
we
the
even
next
need
one
a
you do,
tiebreaker,
I think
but-
anything like Leather.
Yeah.
I think anything third party, like two third party when it comes to like 3D, 2D, I think those should not be allowed because then you get shit like this. Where it's
Yeah,
really
we
difficult.
That's what I'm saying.
it needs-
Where's
it needs
80K?
to- It needs to just be kept completely consistent. Yeah.
So
But if 80K was here,
know
he would have
you
been
did.
judging the fuck out of this.
So do you know what? Do you know what to pick, Leather and Rich?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
Miru, in my opinion.
I'm picking Miru.
I would also say
yeah,
Miru.
it's Miru.
Okay, well, then we don't even need Jake to take a look.
I hate subjectivity.
I think we actually took a more objective look at it.
I think we did a good job. And now quickly, we need to just compare Cryptic to Goofy for third place.
Third?
Yeah,
Oh.
because third gets a small part of the money.
This is so crazy. I don't think I can do if this is gonna be going on like this, I can't do it no
I
more.
would pick Goofies.
Can't go on. I got a headache. This shit is about to get even more weirder.
What, in the finals?
Look, just anime editing in general, we're leaving like literally like
Yeah,
it's
but
gonna get
next time
more
just
3D and more
no
drawing.
3D.
Yo, Leather,
Just gotta stick
Yeah.
to the editing, I guess.
you want to make it fun? You want to ban 3D, 2D animation for this last round?
Oh, Miru.
That.
You want to make it fun?
We're
Miru.
nerfing
Come on,
Miru,
man,
but
come on,
yeah.
make
Yeah,
it
that
fun.
would be.
Make it
But
fun.
actually,
But I
that would
feel
be
like,
nerf impact too.
Before you
Yeah.
decide on that, I think that like you have to take into account that it's already like you've
It's
already
too
done
late. Yeah.
It's
these
too,
that's
rounds
true.
with
it's
3D.
too
A lot of
late.
people's
and
lost
so
because of yeah.
if you do that, it would be unfair to the people that lost.
That was my immediate thought. I can't really edit the rules this late in.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is gonna get even more
Wait,
weird. I don't want to.
it's finals though, so this could be a rule only applied to the final round. I think
We
that
gonna
would
need
be
more
fair.
judges than this for this final round. I'm not gonna even lie, because this I already know it's gonna get subjective. For real, for real.
Yeah. Also, no hate to Jake, but we might replace Jake for the finals because he's not really
Please.
around for any of the judging ever. Love you, Jake, but yeah. I mean, you're at a Denny's. I get it. So.
I'm not using 3D for my next one anyways. Lamau, tell him it's fine. Look, you might as well just use it. Like, don't be shy to use it now.
Yeah, it's too late.
You're
It's
like
too
we're already there. We already seen how crazy you are at it. You might as well just honestly keep improving at it.
Unless they both came up to me and were
So,
like, "Yeah,
did
let's
you guys
run
already
it."
pick on Cryptic or Goofy?
I'm kind of thinking about. I think I'm leaning more towards Goofy. But I haven't outright said that
3D
yet.
specialist and cinematic specialist. Good Cam, because I'm so glad because I was gonna get into subsurface scattering. I was about to get into deformers, the melt. I was gonna be like, look, this vertex map he did with the grass. I was look. But it doesn't take away from it.
Rich, what do you think?
This one's kind of hard for me because when we
Goofy
come
and
to
Cryptic?
preference, yeah, bro. Like I
See,
completely prefer like
Cammy, you
Cryptic.
get it. That nigga used a shader. He used a shader, the little shader field. He used the shader field on the grass to make it spin instead of actually like blowing wind on it.
What were you saying?
Yo, Quality.
Yeah.
Why? Like explain why you would pick Goofy.
I think that with what he did, he executed a lot of it, like really well. And when I was talking about Cryptics, I said that with what he did, there was a lot of frames that I didn't like. And even though you can't look through 200 that you insinuated, which is fair, it's because it's like all supposed to be grungy. Some of the frames just didn't look good compared to the others that he made, which would lead to inconsistencies. And inconsistencies is what's like detrimental when
But you
it's
also
an
said
animation.
you made that point about how he can hide behind that defense, where it comes down to like that's what he meant to do. It's grungy, and I get that. I
Yeah.
think that's where it gets a more subjective field.
Yeah.
I don't like
And
subjective.
when I say that about Cryptics, when I try to put that view on Goofy's edit, with what he did, there's a lot of things that he also could have done a lot better, but are still good and aren't bad compared to the rest of it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas there are some frames on Cryptic's thing that are bad compared to the rest of it.
Yeah. A
So
big
that's
thing
why
with me though
I
is
picked.
the pacing.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the pacing with this.
Yeah, I get you.
I think what made Cryptic said it good, it was exciting to watch because it's like it was paced correctly. Like not every part was as consistent. With this, it's kind of like you can see what's coming, and that's a big part of the enjoyment for like what I watch is not being able to expect everything. So
Mm.
I don't even want to know how the next round is going to be because we finna be here for 3 hours. Because if
And
the
it
way
probably
this is
won't be
looking,
at 10 p.m., so it'll probably be better.
we're gonna be up at 7 a.m.
Got out a whole day.
Knowing you, you're
Wait,
gonna
what
get us
did?
up early.
Who didn't answer?
I hadn't given a full answer yet, but
Oh, okay, okay.
it's goofy for me. I think that he achieved more
Okay.
with, you know, I mean, we've talked about it all so much at this
True.
point,
well
but
numbered.
I think that he achieved more with what he did, and obviously he went for more, but I think that generally it was better executed, like you just said. And even if there are some pacing issues, like I said at the beginning of all of this, I don't find that much issue with it. Yeah, it's like kind of predictable, but it also feels kind of right with the song, in my opinion. Whatever. In any case, I like Goofy's more. I think it's better done.
That's valid.
It's scary. Get the scurry, y'all.
Dre, you voted?
Let's see. What my options again? Goofy or Pack? We're on this again.
No,
Goofy
no.
or-
It's for third place because third place gets money.
Goofy or Cryptic?
Hey, Goofy or
I think
Cryptic?
it's 2-1.
Yeah, just for
Yeah.
third place.
Oh, I'm going with Goofy.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I love you, Cryptic, but
Yeah, me too. Shout out Cryptic.
I'll order you something on DoorDash.
Hey, dope. So we got Miru Pack in the finals.
You think Cryptic's Ridge? I feel like you're leaning
Yeah, I'm
towards
still going
Cryptic.
Cryptic.
Okay.
Still going Cryptic.
There, I see why, but yeah.
I prefer something like relatively simple, but like good pacing.
If it's gonna be
And
like
that
this,
is
I don't
also
even want to
valid.
judge the next Apollo tourney. This just stressing me
I
out.
like the
having
colors in
another
this one a
one?
lot though.
Yeah, he's about to start
He's
another
been
one.
talking about in his story how he's gonna do another one.
I don't think I can take this one because the way this is looking at everybody doing 3D, everybody drawing and
It's probably
animating.
gonna be.
Oh, I know what you're about to say. Don't say it. Don't say that.
Okay.
But ugh,
Well,
this is
Seb,
gonna be difficult.
thank you for hopping in. I know it was like kind of last second to pull you in as a judge, but
Yeah, man.
yeah, we
Sorry for sounding
appreciate it.
passive aggressive.
Nah, dude.
I am
You
tired.
always sound passive aggressive.
I kid you
Seb,
not,
It
every
is,
time I've heard him
it
speak,
is cool, Seb.
It's
it
a
just
really
feels defensive.
bad. It's just what I sound like.
No,
It's
I
not
know.
what I.
You don't
It's
need
not my
to.
intention
You
when I
don't need
talk.
to explain that to me. We've talked
Yeah,
before.
I get it.
I understand. No offense was taken at all.
Just want everyone to understand that I just sound like that.
Bro, when he said, "Can you go to it?"
He talks like that to everybody. That's why what's his name got upset.
Who?
S word. And then he tells you to kill yourself in the game.
Oh shit. Oh, name dropping.
I was like, oh my god.
I've publicly admitted to not liking that guy. So
Yes.
it's fine.
Yeah, what happened to him? He was supposed to be here.
Bro, he fucking ghosted the tournament, and I had no way of contacting him because he
It's for the best. It's fine.
turned off his Discord and everything.
I don't know. I would have loved to see Sync versus Miru.
Am I
That would have been
tweaking or?
interesting.
Oh, that's who S word is. Okay.
Yeah, Sync.
So
Everybody
we're
in it. We're done.
We did that shit. Good work.
Yeah, after looks at my watch. 2 hours, 8 minutes, and
You
54
just announced
seconds.
that you're looking at your watch.
Yeah.
That was hard.
I know, right? You wanna know what watch it is? Guess what? It's an Audemars. I lied. This is not an Audemars. It's an Alabaster. Thank you. Okay, let's wrap this shit up. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, we done. Shout out everybody. Those were all really cool edits. I liked them all a lot. And yeah, we got Pack and Miru in the finals. It's a good shit. All right.